Matt Reeves' Batman verse is very perplexing to me. While I admittedly don't like the Batman film, I really want the closure of knowing where the universe is going. And remember, Matt Reeves himself did an interview and said just because we saw the Joker at the end of the last film, that the Joker's appearance really is not a setup for another film. So this is frustrating because he came out and denied Clayface too, and he also can't use Deathstroke or Bane as James Gunn is using them for his own rumored film. Because James Gunn is basically jealous of the success of Deadpool and Wolverine, as it's admittedly a movie you could see James Gunn writing himself, in my opinion. So Matt Reeves already has the Penguin going through character development with his own show on Max. And you remember, by contrast, the Penguin in the show Gotham, whilst I believe being younger, didn't fail to be interesting. And this Penguin isn't far behind, but he hasn't had that moment cementing him as the Penguin like a Walking Phoenix or Heath Ledger Joker. And also, for those of you who criticize Matt Reeves' Riddler, I encourage you to read the Riddler Year One comic book series by Paul Dano, even though it's a year old, and it's excellent. It shows you that Gotham had an effect on Edward Nygma, causing him to become a mass murderer who thought he was giving the corrupt their just desserts, but he became even worse than them in a way, and he even thought that Batman would sympathize with what he was doing. Now, DC and Marvel is really not a debate anymore. When it was time to evolve because of manga and anime and how easy it was to identify with the colorful characters that those genres introduced, DC, while having the comic book continuity it needed, felt its fan base would survive the deluge. And it probably would have, but when it comes down to it, people are not like me and you. They just don't care about comic books. So when you don't finish Teen Titans and you replace it with Teen Titans Go, or you discontinue Young Justice and throw Justice League Unlimited into the grinder, cutting the head off your own snake as soon as it can grow back. I won't even address the Snyderverse. You don't have a cartoon that anyone can point to get into the Justice League and say this is this history of the Justice League from beginning to end, and you have a million Batman spin-offs. The most popular comic book in the world was X-Men, and the entire Avengers roster has more cinematic potential than Superman at this point. So DC is going to lean in heavily on the Batman side of DC. You're going to see the villains get more attention as time goes on because Batman and his villains have no ceiling and they have a die-hard fan base. And now the question is, are you going to nuke the Reeves verse in a few years? Because I don't think you're going to have a choice, because Robert Pattinson, he seems less enthusiastic about the role of Batman than Ben Affleck was. For you guys who are mad that we did not get a Batfleck film, that was Ben Affleck's fault, okay? That actually wasn't Warner Brothers and DC. That was Ben Affleck's fault because he stepped away from the role. But you tell me what you think of the Reeves verse, and are you excited about it? Just let me know in the comment section below.